last Patrick Clancy conspiracy that I'm going to address, a lot of you have asked me to talk about the email that he sent at 5:24 p.m. on January 24th, 2023. So I went back through all of the testimony, including my own handwritten notes from every day of trial, and I'm just going to cover what was actually testified to and what evidence we have actually seen, because it's not what a lot of people are saying. At 5:15 p.m. that day, Lindsay texts Patrick asking him to get Pedialax from CVS. At 5:24 p.m., he sent a work email. During cross-examination, the defense asked him if that was sent from his phone or from his Surface Pro laptop. He said, "I don't know actually, it could have been sent from my iPhone." At 5:32 p.m., Patrick is seen on surveillance footage walking into the CVS. That was about a 3-minute drive from the Clancy home. He calls Lindsay at 5:33 p.m. to let her know that they only had generics and to ask if that was okay. She didn't answer, but she called back at 5:34 p.m. He then purchased the Pedialax and Skittles, and he left the CVS. At 5:54 p.m., he is seen walking into 3V to pick up their takeout order for dinner. On redirect during Patrick's testimony, he was asked again about that 5:24 email by the Commonwealth. Patrick testified that sometime after Lindsay's 5:15 text and before he walked into CVS at 5:32, he was in his car. Obviously, he didn't walk to the CVS or 3V. The prosecutor asked whether he could have been sitting in his car sending that email from his iPhone, and he said yes. I've also seen a claim that the IP address directly says that his email was sent from home from the Surface Pro laptop. That has not been testified to. I went through everything, the testimony from day 1 through day 9, just in case that came through a law enforcement officer testifying about forensic evidence. No one has said that. The only people that are saying that are people making social media posts, but they are not saying this witness said that. It was said on this day of the trial. And if I happen to miss it, both when I was taking copious notes of this trial and when I look back through it to make this video, then please do let me know what day it was said by what witness, and I'll go through and find it, and I will leave this video up, but I will post a correction. But as far as I can find, no one has said that an IP address connected to that email says that Patrick Clancy was at home when he sent it at 5:24 p.m. This is where I'm done with the Patrick Clancy conspiracies. I have talked about the shoes, the DNA evidence on the exercise bands, Lindsay Clancy's body temperature, the timeline. But the people that believe Patrick Clancy did this, they're going to believe that regardless of what I am able to debunk with factual testimonial evidence. So that's where I'm leaving it. I am going back to my daily recaps of the trial, and those of you that are here for that, I really do appreciate you. And for anyone saying that me calling out these things and debunking them means that I'm male-centered, not at all. I am facts-centered. If you've been on my page for a while, you know that I have talked about suspects that are males, females, everything in between. I do not favor one party or another. I favor facts and what we actually hear in court. So as for that email, no, it has not been testified to that an IP address connects it and that Patrick Clancy did this. Lindsay Clancy has never denied that she took her children's lives. I encourage you to look up the civil suit that she filed where she details taking her children's lives. This case is not a television show. This is not something where we should be waiting for some big twist, and it's not what it seemed. 3 children are no longer here: Cora, Dawson, and Callan Clancy. This should have never been turned into a circus. And one other thing I want to say, before this trial started, it appeared that this was going to be a much needed conversation about postpartum mental illness. But that is no longer the conversation. It has turned into blaming a man where there is no factual basis to do so outside of the fact that he is a man. So I'm leaving it here. I will see you in my next recap after the trial wraps up tomorrow. And most importantly, as I say at the end of every video about this case, rest in peace to Cora, Dawson, and Callan.